shit.
I have a cute hat.
I have a cute
Look,
shirt right over there.
To
Don't even
TikTok. Y'all do whatever you want.
it'll take me a minute.
I'm gonna sit here and just be content. I am fine. I'm gonna sit here, suck my honey lemon
Yeah, fix
little
that
drop,
throat.
and I'm gonna just scroll TikTok.
all right. Be right back.
I'm gonna say hi to Sabrina's live.
3 women, 1 group chat, 0 chill. Shannon, calm until she's not.
Pop off when I need to.
LV, if rage baking was a person.
Fuck off, Betty Crocker.
Stacey, where charm meets consequences.
Did your mama let you go out like that?
The A Collective starts now.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another fantastic, magnificent, amazing episode of the A Collective. I am Shannon, and hey, Stacey, hey!
Hey, girl. How are you?
Good, we're wearing our HBCU gear today, because, baby, it's homecoming week.
It is
Ew.
homecoming at
It's
HBCU. Hey, LV girl.
Hi, not HBCU, but still repping.
Get
Even though
us.
we're not ranked anymore. I'm just,
It's
deep
okay.
breaths. Yeah,
all right.
it's fine. It's fine. The rest of the world is completely on fire, so I really don't care that much.
It could be worse.
If
Let's not
this
say
is the
that.
least of our worries, then we're going to be good. Because I think it is the least of our worries. I really do, because y'all, why are we letting Qatar into Idaho of all places and allowing them to use one of our Air Force bases? They claim that, no, we're not allowing a foreign country to set up a base on U.S. soil. But why you even got to be here?
They gave us a plane
They gave him a plane.
that we're paying to retrofit.
I know.
That's a whole mess.
Where's the uproar? I mean, this
Thought
just
he could
happened
to be paid
today.
off.
But I think it's starting to be an uproar. I think there's a quiet little roar building about this, even from Republicans, because they're like, how is this America first? How is this America first?
Never
So-
been America first. It's been money first.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
Yeah. So this all just happened today. So I'm sure it'll build up by the time this airs. It'll be more stuff. But guys, it's a mess. That's
Keep
y'all.
going back to all these constitutional Karens who are like, but he can't be bought. He's a millionaire. He's a businessman. And I'm like, bitch, please. If this isn't proof, but every time you show them proof, well, that's not, no. Like, but
Mhm.
how do you spin this one?
You can't. Where are the
I mean,
Epstein
Baltimore
files?
just like freezes on TV.
Where are the Epstein files?
Where are the Epstein files, bitches?
They're waiting on the gentle lady from Arizona in whatever district she just won. We're waiting on her to get sworn in. And I'm wondering how, because Mike Johnson, he can't delay that forever. He cannot delay a sitting member forever.
I heard it was supposed to be next week, but I don't have faith in that.
He's so shisty.
He's been reading Bible verses to all of us. He's got to
Child.
show that he is a Christian. Go on and say it.
Christian where? Out here prophesying?
Oh,
Don't
Christian.
get me. That is a guise and a veil under which, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a lot of
don't even
things
get-
that are wrong with that. There are
Yeah.
so
Don't
many
even get me
things that are
started
wrong.
on the whole Christian nationalism thing, because that grinds my gears. And I just heard an interview recently with Ty Tribbett, who's a gospel artist, who he was like, I'm not political. I'm not really tapped into that. That's not really my thing. But he just had some really, really great arguments about when you're trying to mix politics and Jesus. Jesus has a history of not being down with political systems.
And being commingled together.
Mhm,
Yet we're
mhm.
commingling them.
Baby, yeah. So we've lost the plot. We've lost the plot. And the people are so blinded because they're exhibiting cultish behavior that they don't even see we've lost the plot.
Yeah. But then even when people who have maybe woken up are like, look, I am Christian. I supported him. I voted for him. But now I realize he's not Christian. He's doing this to manipulate us. Da 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 da. They still are just like, well, you've just been brainwashed by the left.
How did it take this long to realize that?
To realize what?
That he wasn't a Christian. Like, how did you fall under the spell? That's what I don't understand.
Think they did. It was marketing. It was marketing. They wrapped him up in Christianity. They surrounded him with all of these evangelical pastors who basically supported him for their own self-serving reasons. I mean, they sold America a false bill of goods.
And
I mean, you're a pastor and you went out here and supported a man who said 2 Corinthians.
you know that's wrong. Any heathen knows that shit is wrong.
And is somebody with his own Bible and you out here supporting it. Okay. And you think he's anointed and called for all of this? Are you kidding me?
I just
Are you
don't know how dumb you have to be in that cult. Like, what is it? What is attracting you to this? Is it the white nationalism?
I think for the average everyday American, yes. Not for those who are in halls of power. So not for the Mike Johnsons, the Lindsey Grahams of the world. No, because they're holding on to power. So that means they get a chairmanship. They get some things that they want out of this. They're not willing to cede the power. So they know it's wrong. There are Democrats who've said they know they're talking about it in the gyms and in the halls of Congress. They know that what's going on is wrong, but it is about power pushing through their own agenda, and they'll do anything they can to move their agenda forward, even if it means wrapping it up in Christianity without thinking about the consequences of that, because
there are long-term consequences to this.
Baby. Yeah.
And I'm just like, how did we get here?
Propaganda. And the fact that this guy, he could literally be like, we're going to go to war with Canada. And they would be like, yay, it's finally time someone do something about maple syrup and Mounties. Like,
and
there are people who blindly follow him. I mean, look at what happened January 6th. Look at that. And he fed into that. But did you guys see? I think I read it or something, and I haven't done enough investigating about it. But the QAnon shaman guy,
yeah, he's suing him for a ton of money.
Wait,
yeah,
Wolfie?
He's suing him because he says he should be president.
Yeah,
and baby.
I don't know. I'm surprised. This is the same guy who was complaining because there wasn't like organic or vegan food
in the jail.
In prison, because he was in federal prison.
He got a pardon and I never thought the leopards would eat my face. So now he's suing Trump.
And I'm like, what is this lawsuit? Like, who wrote this up for him?
I mean, QAnon is full of conspiracies and just real crazy things. So
that's nuts.
It is literally.
Like, what now?
But there are people out there who believe that stuff, average, everyday Americans. And it is sad because the politicians in the seats of power, they don't. They don't. They know a bunch of this stuff is wrong and that the country is headed in the wrong direction. But when the leopards start to eat their face, then Marjorie Taylor Greene,
girl,
the gentle lady from the great state of Georgia.
The gentleman with the...
We'll be cutting that part out.
No, we won't.
We
won't. I am speaking the truth. That lady has a club foot.
Listen,
and she looks like
allegedly. We're not slandering nobody for club feet. We're not trying to be sued for club feet. But have you all seen her latest?
Like Hulk Hogan.
Have you all seen her latest interviews? The last couple interviews she's done?
Oh yeah.
And like she's toned down the rhetoric because now her son's health insurance, is about to be affected. So
I didn't know she was a mother.
I didn't either.
Yeah, he's like 21 or something.
All her kids, that. She said I think she has 3 kids and all of them are off of her insurance now. So they all are, I think at least 2 of them maybe are ACA. She wants the subsidies and she's like, oh, we really need to get back to work. But yeah, the leopard's eating her face now. So, I'm sorry. So now your chickens are coming home to roost on an issue. So now we need to get back to working. Congress, both sides need to get back.
Well, and also, let's not forget, it kind of started with the whole Palestine, Israel, and she is anti-Semitic. So let's just remember that part too, that like we maybe agree. Well, yeah, I feel like who said that? Someone was like, Good Trouble was like, you are not agreeing with MTG. She is agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that does make me feel ever so slightly better because I never, ever had that I would agree with her on something on my lifetime bingo card, much less my 2025.
Well, this is the thing. She ain't really agreeing with us. These people
what I'm
don't
saying.
get it until it lands at their front door and it starts affecting them.
Exactly.
It starts affecting them. So
And it's
this is an
affecting-
issue. It's affecting her. It's
Mhm.
affecting her because it's affecting her babies. So that's why she's all changing her tune. I believe Marjorie Taylor Greene is a congresswoman without like a ton of money. Kind of,
Absolutely.
like she's not uber wealthy. She's not a Mike Johnson.
She is now, thanks to the stock market and insider trading.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
yes. But I think in terms of like some wealth building, she doesn't have the wealth that a bunch of these
I
white
can
men
tell.
have. And so he's so shady.
Am saying what everybody else is thinking. We have all looked at this.
So I think that there are some things that are going to start to affect some of these everyday Congress people who are still kind of not freshman Congress people, but
Mhm.
they're junior Congress people. And as more and more things start affecting people, and I didn't think it was going to be like this. You thought it was just only going to be like for them people over there.
You thought it was going to be for
Mhm.
Black folks. Let's just go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Because let's be clear, part of the Latino population, they didn't think it was going to affect them. Baby, they's definitely coming for you. They coming for you before they come for me.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Oopsies.
They're coming for you before they come for me.
Yeah. Now who has egg on their face?
I mean, so
Y'all do.
they didn't think the leopards would eat their face.
I mean, it's going down real bad.
Well,
I
yeah.
mean, and let's be clear. I'm not naive enough to think that we're not
On the
the list.
chopping block.
We're just further down, and they need to get rid of all the other people first.
Before they come for you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even listening to Moses Mike on C-SPAN with that Republican wife of a veteran who has PTSD, 2 children that are special needs and need their medication, and they're not going to be able to pay for their medicine if the government doesn't start paying soldiers. And on top of that, they're already in a ton of debt from medical debt, all this stuff. She was railing into him, and he looked terrified.
I didn't think he looked terrified enough because all he had to say was it was the Democrats' fault. No, sir, you're the Speaker of the House.
Mhm.
You control the agenda. And what I would have really liked to have seen was that lady push back on some of that without
They
it even
weren't
being.
allowed to ask. It wasn't a conversation. They were allowed to ask their question, and then their mic was muted.
Yeah, I would have liked for her to say, no, you're the Speaker of the House. You control the House agenda. Don't tell me it's the Democrats' fault. It's your fault. You're the Speaker leadership.
Absolutely.
Well, that was why I appreciated Good Trouble before he even asked his question. He immediately was like, that was dystopian about everybody smiling in Chicago and DC, which we can just lead right on into. But he was like, you're lying. And it was,
And the fact that they're lying with a straight face is
yes,
It's
super
scary.
It is scary in that I'm not sure that people necessarily believe it, even some of the right, but it
takes a lot to lie all the time. Like someone that is a compulsive liar is a scary person.
it is. But I think all of those people who are consistently lying and lying with straight faces are going to age horribly. And I really do mean that because it's the stress and the pressure of the
Keeping up.
facade and keeping up with all the lies and just lie on top of lie on top of lie. Just it becomes pressure. It's a pressure cooker. And somebody like these people may not make it all 4 years because of the pressure cooker they're in.
How many months have we been? 9.5.
It feels like years.
And think
Years.
about this, like all the lies that have gone on.
well,
during
he
this
had
time.
something like over 30,000 confirmed lies in his first term, We've got to be getting close to that in 9.5 months.
I mean, think about that number, though. That is sad. I mean, he gets a world record for lies, maybe?
It is, but the issue or the problem continues to be when mainstream media
Doesn't
is
check them. Unchecked.
and they are letting that ride because at this point, I think NBC is the only network out of the big three that hasn't been sued. And they're shattering all of the norms. And I think media doesn't know what to do with that. They're scared, all of those things. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, Anderson Cooper did something today that he is on the hot list too, and I can't remember
Good.
exactly. Yeah, he said some crazy stuff, and I was like, Anderson? So CNN
Really?
is, yeah.
Can't stop hearing, we're in the middle of a hostile I just can't. It just
I mean,
keeps
we
coming
are.
into my head.
Because
We
that's
are.
where we are.
I mean, Chicago.
This is where we are. And the fact that there is a lot going on in Chicago that we don't see. And I think I looked at the national news tonight. I don't think they covered they didn't mention Chicago or Portland. In all of the coverage that I saw tonight on the national NBC News, and I saw parts of the ABC. I wasn't paying enough attention, but the NBC did not mention Chicago or Portland.
Yeah. And they won't until it's violent.
It already is. Did you?
Right. No, I know. But what I'm saying is until it's really reactionary from the side that's not being really reactionary. Like until Antifa starts showing out, they ain't
Well,
showing shit. They're going to continue to tell this story that everybody is happy, everybody is smiling until they can't.
The only reason we know some of the things that we know is because it's on social media.
yeah,
And
but
that's why social media it's such a job to take it away from us because that's the only place that we're seeing the things.
But they don't want us to see those things.
Because it makes them into a liar. Yeah.
Because clearly freezing on TV doesn't work so well.
Stephen Miller glitching out after he said the super quiet part out loud.
That goblin didn't glitch out. He
caught himself.
No, I have a feeling he had someone in his ear and they were like, dude, stop. And he probably was like, shit.
Still a glitch in the matrix. He ran his mouth too much.
Yeah. I bet she got in trouble when he got back. Probably
Poor Voldemort.
Yeah,
No,
him
'cause
and
that-
Curtis Yarvin that wants to leave the United States for fear of retaliation. But didn't you want all this, Curtis?
Didn't he put Vance in place? He did all the funding for Vance.
Now he's ready to go because he's fearful of Democrats retaliating.
We're not the violent ones.
We're not, but baby,
It's about.
when we get them levers of power back, and we better get them back.
I hope so. If
We
we have
better get 'em.
elections, let's just
Now
go ahead and say it. I mean, if we have them.
That's what's going to be problematic. I think that'll be the issue that is the tipping point.
You think so?
Because I believe, this is just my belief. I haven't studied the map. I believe we'll retake the House next year. I believe we will retake the House. We're going to continue to fight about this redistricting because Texas did what Texas did. California is about to do what California is going to do. But then another Republican state is trying to redistrict. And I forget which one it is. But then there's Illinois and New York who are like, don't mess with us. But I believe even if they left things as they are, I believe Democrats will flip some seats next year.
Absolutely.
If they just left it as it is, I believe Democrats would flip some seats and we would retake the House.
And they know that, though.
Which is why they wanted.
Yes.
That's why
all of the nasty work.
What does LV say? Hot Wheels. That's why he pressured Hot Wheels.
Governor Hot Wheels is out here. Let me see what I can get done.
In a horribly gerrymandered map. And I'm somebody, I don't like gerrymandering on either side.
Yeah.
I don't like it on either side. Let people vote. But this is the whole absolute power corrupts absolutely. And it does. We've watched it. We're watching it in real time. People who want levers of power are maneuvering behind the scenes. Yarvin put Vance into place. Now he didn't count on all these other things that are spiraling out of control. I think a lot of people are asleep at the wheel. We're not. Black women are not. But
We're watching.
baby, we watching. But white folks gotta take these hits for a good long time before we get out here and try to help.
Look at LV looking like, whew, it's rough out here.
Crash out on a daily basis at least once.
Yeah. Yeah,
My
but I
girl.
mean, but the reality of it is it still has to affect more Marjorie Taylor Greene type of things. We've got to have more and more of those things, and they will continue to happen. I can't believe there isn't more. I know we haven't said anything about this, but there isn't more talk about his new proposed tax plan.
No one has time.
Yeah, it's so much other stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, the information is overwhelming, but
Purposeful.
and I don't think it's actually going to pass. If this passes, Republicans are toast. You want to tax single parents, you want to tax homeowners, and you want to tax collegiate scholarships.
The homeowner thing, I was like,
any of it. Why would you try to tax kids going to school? Well, I know why, because you don't want kids to go to school. Because studies show the more educated folks are, the more left-leaning they are. So yeah, you don't want an educated America, but you're gonna tax single parents. That's diabolical. Your tax plan that you just extended is diabolical, but those things are just extra diabolical. They're
word of
crazy.
the day, diabolical. That's the administration, this whole term, diabolical.
You're gonna raise taxes on single parents, people who are already struggling to just afford life.
Groceries?
To afford life, regular, degular, schmegular things, because groceries are out of hand, so out of hand. I was on a call recently, and we were talking about the rise in food insecurity.
Yeah, it's a thing.
In America, it's a thing. And then I was talking about an organization I'm a member of. We've partnered with a college because collegiate food insecurity is a thing. FAMU has a food pantry on campus, and then organization I'm in, we partner with a local university here. They have a food pantry. I did not know collegiate food insecurity was a thing because,
It's a huge thing.
when I was in school, took for granted.
Have a meal plan.
Yeah, you got your food from the caf and you kept going. And if you were living off campus, you got food. It was, nobody was talking about food banks or food lines or things like that, but it's a real thing. People are struggling just to live.
Yeah.
And I was having a conversation earlier today with someone who is on Medicare. Medicare plans are out for renewal. And she was saying her plan has no coverage for CGMs.
Oh,
So she doesn't know what she's going to do because she is a diabetic who actually
good.
is one of those type 2s who must wear a CGM because of the huge swings in her blood sugar. Yeah.
Yay.
Crazy.
This is what y'all voted for. All y'all that voted for it, this is what you voted for. And you didn't think about your mothers, your fathers. You didn't think about that. Grandparents, or
But I
even
think
yourself.
the more and more it touches everyday Americans, something from this administration touches everyday Americans, more the tide will continue to kind of shift and turn, and the pressure will build on Republicans.
How do we build hope and keep people motivated during these times? Like your faith?
I think that's hard. Some of it is faith. It depends on what kind of church you go to. Does your pastor talk about the hope of the gospel, the good news of the gospel, that kind of thing. But it's hard. It's hard not to get discouraged. It's hard a lot of days to listen to the news and stay tuned in. Some days I tap out.
You have to, or you will be nuts, because it's so much going on every day.
Mhm.
And so I just think about that, like depression rates of people seeing what's going on, people struggling, jobs, people losing jobs, not even talking about the people that, due to the government shutdown, are losing
Mhm.
jobs or not working, not knowing if they're going to get paid.
Some of them are working and not getting paid.
Yeah. And then that man said that he didn't know if they were going to get back pay.
But I think legally, I think I read something or heard something. Legally, I think they're required to give them back pay.
Okay.
They
I
Who's
hope
gonna
so.
force them?
I mean, that's problematic as well. I was reading or listening to something today or yesterday was talking about how basically Congress has ceded two major powers to the president. That Congress, in our Constitution, Congress has the power of the purse
Mm-hmm.
strings, but
Have they been doing a good? Okay.
they've been ceding that power to the president. The president doesn't have the ability to do some of the things he's trying to do. And war, all these bombings and things. President actually doesn't necessarily have all the power to do all that he is doing right now
But he's getting away with it.
because Congress is led by other Republicans and they have ceded that power. They're
Yeah,
not saying anything,
I get
basically.
it.
They're allowing it to happen,
I
which
get
is
it, but that
sad.
is wrong.
What's horribly wrong.
So, I mean, just how do we maintain sanity and hope?
I read books, bling a little, listen to some music, tune out, just tune out.
Ovi, what do you do?
Yeah, nothing. I just crash out.
She just yelled.
I play Card Jam on my iPad.
I
Okay.
started playing one of those. It's kind of fun.
I don't know what that is. I watch Lifetime movies, a little slaughter here and there that keeps me
Yeah.
sane.
I mean, I listen to murder podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to step away from this. Every day, it's a million things going on.
Mhm.
Letitia James. Let's talk about that one, too. He has been gunning for Letitia James.
And Comey.
Yeah.
And then who else? It's one other person. Who's the other person he's trying to nab? I'm sure we'll see an indictment on that in another week or so because
Shoot,
they
who
seem
is
like
that?
they're coming back to back. But the weaponization of the Justice Department and the normalization of that.
Yeah, nobody's stepping in and saying anything like this is wrong.
Do
you think he's just not listening?
I think he's not listening because career prosecutors said there was not enough evidence to charge either of them, along with, I can't remember whoever the third person was. There wasn't enough evidence. They didn't
Isn't
like
it an
that.
ex-staffer? Someone that worked in his administration? I feel like it's somebody that worked in the administration before.
Is it Chris? What's his name? That they already did that one, didn't
Chris
they?
Ray?
Yeah.
Is it Chris
I don't think
Ray?
it's him. Hold on.
He already.
But this is the thing. Career prosecutors said, hey, there was not enough evidence to charge either of them. He did not like that. He fired the U.S. attorney for whatever that district was and hired this woman who then went before the grand jury herself to argue the cases. And according to the news, they said that was highly unusual because normally career prosecutors argue those kinds of cases. The U.S. attorney never argues those cases themselves. So she did it because she was specifically hired for that, but
I'm also pretty sure she has no courtroom.
and doesn't. But a grand
Yeah.
jury, when you go before a grand jury, that's like a loaded and stacked
Yeah, no, I
thing.
know, but literally has no experience.
Mhm.
Well, and they're firing more people.
Miles Taylor, former chief of staff. Yeah. U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and Christopher Krebs.
Krebs.
Former director of cybersecurity.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. He's very smart. I also had a friend his last name was Krebs, and so we called him Krebs. So I don't know why I couldn't think of his name.
Yep,
But
those are the ones that are on the hit list.
Yay. Well, and they're taking this time during the shutdown to literally fire more people that don't agree with them. Let's tighten it up and make it full of a bunch of yes men.
So let me ask, do you think this is going to last for the entire term, or do you feel like we'll have a breaking point somewhere sooner than later?
I don't know about sooner than later. I think at some point, there'll be a breaking.
Okay.
It's a pressure cooker. And the pressure's just building and building. And I think there are going to be some high up people who are going to crack. I think we're already seeing some of that because there's some factions within the Republican Party, even in that MAGA movement, that just they aren't agreeing with things. I look at
Hillbilly Barbie.
Laura Loomer. Look at what she said about Cutter. She's hot. She is hot to
Little
death about that.
Jigsaw's having a hard time today.
So I think that certain decisions are going to draw ire and continue to build. And then I think that there will be a few more Republicans. So we've got MTG, and there's another gentleman who has spoken out about the Epstein files, and he's from Louisiana, and he's a Republican, and he says that the American public and those women deserve the release of the
Johnson, I
files.
think.
So, it's two, but it's two more than there were.
What we had before.
And they were both like pretty hardcore tinfoil pretzel
Bending people.
Yeah.
It's wild business.
Well, MTG was basically like the leader of the Pretzel Patriot Squad. Patriot Pretzel Squad? However.
Yeah. Where's Nancy Mace at?
Probably still fighting a bathroom door somewhere.
Yeah, she hadn't latched on. I don't think she will. She doesn't seem like the smartest.
Well, she already crawled on back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
God damn.
What else have we had? I mean,
it's been one thing after another.
James Comey was arraigned. What was that, Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
And he pled not guilty.
Huh? So I don't know when Letitia James is. She just got indicted yesterday, which have been on the 9th.
So probably in the next couple weeks, she'll be arraigned.
Yeah.
But the gag is neither of them are being charged with anything that has to do with Trump. They're just these random things, because Comey's, I think, charging has something to do with like a statement he made during the Hillary Clinton hearings about her emails.
It's
It's
something
something
like
like
waste of time.
And
and
Letitia
money.
James is about a piece of paper,
A
like
mortgage,
paperwork she signed.
something. Yeah.
They can't have it actually, because then it's real obvious that this is retribution.
It's obvious now.
It's a
Stevie
reach.
Wonder sees this.
It's a reach. And when these cases actually go to court,
The waste of money,
Depart.
resources.
Yeah, they don't care about that. All those kumquats have been cheering on the Department of War, which is costing us how much money for something that's not even official.
but did you all see where a bunch of top brass from the military, it's getting suppressed? They all got fired. All got fired. Whole list. All the chief attorneys for every branch of the military, I think the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Chief of the Navy, maybe the Assistant Chief of the Navy. It was a list. I'll have to find this. And someone fact checked it and said it was all accurate. Like somebody posted it and said, as quiet as it's kept, all these people got fired. And they're like, it's a setup for no pushback on whatever they want to do with the military.
Well, yeah,
Weapons.
because they probably heard the grumblings that the military had, all the generals had already agreed. Well, not all but a lot of them had already agreed that they weren't going to pass any unconstitutional orders down through the ranks.
Which I am glad about.
Yeah, but if they're all gone now.
We have to
Yeah.
hope and pray that someone there that is still there
I think I
will
just
do
had
the
a
right
stroke.
thing. You didn't, because you don't look like him.
Thank you. I need that. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's just a lot going on, and I worry about everybody's sanity. Anybody that has a heart and a brain. Like, how are we maintaining sanity with all the changes?
Yeah, Rachel Maddow mentioned it 3 days ago
Monday, when she was on, I'm assuming.
while telling remaining leadership to use Democratic-led cities as training grounds. Oh, here it is. The Navy Chief of Staff, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, the head of the Navy SEALs, Naval Operations Chief, U.S. Navy Reserve. I'm trying to look through her green screen. Chief. Oh, here we go. The head of the U.S. Cyber something, the head of Defense Intelligence, the Coast Guard Commandant, the Air Force Chief of Staff, the Air Force Vice Chief, the top of Air Force Global Strategy, and then all the top legal officers of the Navy, Air Force, Marines.
So the JAG Corps
And
is
Army.
basically gutted.
The leadership of those. The leadership. Yeah, I just shared that. But yeah, she posted this, somebody posted this 2 days ago.
I
Nothing.
might actually cry. That is fucking psychotic and terrifying.
So yeah, all those people were relieved of their duties. Head of U.S. Cyber Command.
That
One's
one.
that's a real scary one right there. Defense intelligence.
So what are you really planning on doing? What's the plan? Do people not see this for what it is?
Think a bunch of this is so no pushback, but I hope that the people just under these people are reminded of the oath they took, which was
Absolutely.
just to the Constitution, not the president. And they stand on business with that. They stand on business with that.
Right. That was depressing news.
You know, I hate musicals, but the only one I ever enjoyed was and Cats, but that's kind of strange, and we don't need to admit that ever. But was Les Mis,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like, here we go, live that.
No, we keep hope alive. We keep
Absolutely.
praying. We keep hope. We keep praying, and
May need to start drinking again.
something will break. Something will give.
That's what I'm hoping sooner than later.
Sooner than later, I hope, but I'm not so sure about sooner than later. But I'm hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to be hopeful about that.
Okay.
You know, it's just hard to see a lot of systems and things we took for granted being broken on purpose. Purpose.
All right. Well, let's talk
Sorry,
about something.
I'm not going to stop doing that forever because it's either laugh about Voldemort just being like, "Huh," or cry because while I'm not scared, I'm not. Like, I survived my ex-husband. I am not scared. I survived my mother. She dead. I'm not scared of these monsters, right? Like, I've dealt with enough. But it's just, it's upsetting, especially as a mom.
Yeah.
Like, I think about Sloan and yeah.
Well, Shannon, I was going to talk about something that was a little lighter, like Brexit.
That ain't like
It is. It's lighter than that, but our HBCUs, girl.
baby. So for those who don't know, Brexit is
Black MAGAs, part of Turning
yes.
Point.
They blended in with Turning Point, so they're now associated and I think funded by Turning Point. But I believe that was started by Candace Owens.
It was.
Started by Candace Owens.
But she
and
was a part of Turning Point, too, at one point, right?
She was a
Yes.
cornerstone.
Absolutely. So, hey, it's all married
they
together.
They have decided to show up on HBCU campuses, select HBCU campuses during homecoming season. Baby,
Those are your people. I
don't
never
think
get to say that.
I
Give
know.
me one. I never
Yeah.
get to say.
Yeah, you do. And we do not want those people. The respective
Nobody-
schools have already
Listen.
I feel all the time.
We have not sent for them, but they are coming for us. And I think they don't want the smoke at FAMU. You know, there's been, from what I understand, FAMU has put out something to the students about how to
respond,
how to deal with them, because alums will be flooding the city and the campus. I think the adults, the alums, will make a concerted effort to protect the kids. And hopefully they won't engage.
So our homecomings are the same day.
Some of these alums, they want to smoke, but they're like, no, we're not doing this, because they're doing it for viral moments. They want to film and all that. But the $1 million question is, which I have yet to see anybody at FAMU answer, and I don't know if anybody at TSU has answered this either, Stacey, is, were they approved to come on campus? And if so, who did it? Who approved them?
I don't think I have not got a clear answer, so I don't want to speak for the university.
Me either.
But
I
haven't heard if they are not. It'll be very interesting to see where they will set up shop, because I mean, anybody could set up at tailgate, because, you know, we don't have our games on campus. We have our games at Nissan Stadium where the Titans play.
That's how they're getting around it.
So
that's where they're gonna be.
And tailgate is not where you want to be with that foolishness.
Fucking disaster.
That is not where you want to be. I repeat, it's not where you want to be. Not with alum that have had a good time. We're going to do what we can to protect the kids. But I can't promise all of my fellow alum are going to not be with the shit. Let me just say it.
We're really, I think, making a huge effort,
Yes.
making sure kids are protected, but they may catch the wrong one. They may catch the wrong one who has not been on social media and doesn't understand the rules of engagement.
And may have had too much firewater.
They enjoyed themselves.
And that...
But the way FAMU is set up,
Mm-hmm.
aside from the street behind our stadium, everything else is on campus. So they would explicitly have to have had permission to gain access to the campus, to set up and do something like that, or else they'll get escorted off quick, fast, and in a hurry. So it'll be interesting to see.
Now, Friday, the majority of our things are on campus, but they are ticketing everything. Like Pep Rally is a ticketed Eventbrite thing. You have to get a ticket to go into the Pep Rally. I would think, they could have got a ticket. You never know. But that is not where you want to be. And
no.
Their faces have been published, like the flyer that was sent out. So everybody knows who they are. So I think people are like looking at that. I know I've studied it and I kind of know who these people are. I knew who Savannah was because Savannah had her moment. And she is a street interviewer that was harassing people in the Bronx. Do you remember that?
Yeah, they cleaned her clock.
Baby cleaned it, and Alvin Bragg dropped those charges against the other woman, and she's so mad. So I was like, girl, we've seen what happens to you.
Yeah. What you're saying, Stacey? She got folded.
Turned every which.
No, she got folded while she's in her clothes or something. What do you like to say?
No, I don't like that one. That's not my favorite one.
Folded while she was still in.
Yes, I like that. I like that.
That's LB.
Yeah,
but I was like, girl, and you signed up for this to go to a black school?
And
I don't think this is going to work out well.
So I don't think they're ready because literally tens of thousands of people descend upon FAMU. And it's like our homecomings are huge. Like easily, I'm going to say easily, especially Saturday, good portion of it Friday, but easily Saturday, there'll probably be close to 100,000 people on FAMU's campus. You've got the 40, 50 people, 50,000 people for the game. And then you got just 50,000 just roaming the streets.
Because you have your locals, people that live there that love the school and love the students. That's what we have. And y'all don't have that? We have locals.
The locals are people who will probably have tickets to the game, season ticket holders. But we have I didn't go last year. 23, I didn't go to the game. We tailgated, we hung out. We did a whole bunch of things, and there are a lot of people who come to town just to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have to explain that to me.
So we have literally tens of thousands of people who come back to do that, and we celebrate at FAMU. We celebrate incoming freshman classes. We don't celebrate graduation classes during homecoming. Lots of those folks, 20, 25, 30, 35. Because this is my 35th year, my incoming freshman year. And so my classmates are doing a big tailgate spread. So lots of us are coming to town for that. And then it's line anniversaries. Line anniversaries are huge.
Same with us, but we have locals that come to our events. Nashville people that love Tennessee State, they love the students. And so they're going to go to the game. They're going to be out there tailgating. They'll have their own little area. And so it's really a community type of situation. It's like family reunion. And if one person sees there is some distress with some students, it could go left. it could go left really, really quick. And you might run up on the wrong local and it could go bad. So I just am interested. I hope it goes without incident. I really pray that that is the case. But knowing how these people press others, I would not be surprised if it goes too far.
Well, and here's the other thing that I've noticed with a lot of Blaga is they don't get it. Like, they think that it doesn't matter, right? They're still Black, so they can still hang, and you ain't gonna come after them like you gonna come after the Charlie Kirks and the whatever, the discount cousin, like Cam, whatever his name is. They think that because they're
pass.
Black, they still can come to the cookout.
All skin folk and kinfolk.
Exactly.
And so
I've noticed that watching some of the spaces and being like,
and people are
they're
completely
so
obtuse.
delusional. They don't understand that MAGA is going to drop them the minute they don't need them anymore. But they don't understand that because they voted against everything, that they're not welcome back there anymore.
And you're not going to indoctrinate these students. And
No.
that's what is really that's what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And people are not excited about that. We did not send for you, so you don't need to be here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's just how I feel. Do not come. You are not wanted. We don't want to see you.
Well, happy homecoming.
Happy homecoming, Tigers. We're going to have a good time.
Home. Welcome home, Rattlers. It's going to be great. I hate I'm missing it, but it's going to be great.
I'll hold it down for everybody at homecoming.
Thank you, ma'am.
I got it. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, guys. We don't even have any light notes for the week. Just screw it.
Where are the Epstein files?
Where are the files? Where are those Grinder files, too?
Yeah, I want those too.
I want those released as well.
Yeah. I want them to come in the middle of the night. We want those in the middle of the night to wake up when you go to the bathroom and you look at your phone and you're like.
And we see those.
And we start sending them to each other.
It's going to be like Christmas morning.
Yeah. All right, friends. Until next week, everybody. Till next week. Thanks
Happy
for tuning in.
homecoming.
Yay. We are screwed.
Everybody.
We're not.
Words of Jesse Jackson. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
That's probably better to end on.
Yeah.
You made it to the end of this episode of the A Collective.
Hit like, follow, comment, and share it with the group chat.
Otherwise, Stacey might come for you.
Yikes.
I know, so do it.
Thursdays are for chaos and new episodes of the A Collective.
Not the A-list.
No.
Nope. I'm going to get the name right this season.
Go back to TikTok. Y'all do whatever you want.
It'll take me a minute.
I'm going to sit here and just be content. I am fine. I'm going to sit here, suck my honey, lemon.
Yeah, fix that throat.
And I know what be going on. And I'm going to just
be on somebody
TikTok.
live and go on. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up. Okay. I'll be right back.
Tay text me. So.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Great at this.
Should be ready. I am Shannon and hey, Stacey.
Skirt. It's not what we're doing, are we?
What?
I thought, do you say I'm Shannon? I thought you were supposed to be like, hey, Stacey girl.
No, usually I say, hey, I'm Shannon. And
we'll
then
have to
I
do
usually
a do-over.
I usually say hey to one of y'all. I think last week I said hey to LV, so I decided to start with you this time.
Well, let's do it over.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a user error. It's nighttime.
Hey, y'all. Hey, no.
I mean, we are getting so many bloopers. Nighttime. Let's try this again.
Wow. You're either a super fan or crazy. Thanks for being part of the collective. See you next Thursday.